Anyway, I saw these shirts in the stockroom, and they were there for, well, I guess at the end of the past season. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to get rid of them. So we had them marked down from $5 to $1. So when they announced it on the radio, the traffic on 4th Street was very congested, and everybody's brakes stopped, and people started running in. So we sold the shirts, but we caused a little traffic jam, and but that was something I think I can remember for a long time.
Mr. Kingsley was he was always interested in selling. He'd be looking all the time in the field for things that somebody was trying to get rid of, and he would sell them at half price. That emphasis on selling has always been, I grew up in it, and Mr. Kingsley grew up in it. The expression two-legged merchants, we've got to be competitive on the popular price goods, and in addition, to be a good merchant, we've got to sell better goods.
She couldn't make up her mind between 2 or 3 different selections, so I offered to take the fabric out to her house the next day and let her hold it up to the wall and let her look at it. The outcome was that she liked the service, liked what we offered. We ended up, I think the sale came up to $18,000 or so, simply because someone in the store had the initiative and was willing to take 3 bolts of drapery fabric in their car and take it out to her house the next day to let her choose from.
Everything we are and everything we hope to become is centered around the customer. One afternoon when one of our buyers came to me with a coat, we just took back a coat that was 20 years old, and the niftiest part of the whole story was not the fact that we had taken it back, but that we had taken it back without question. And so for the sake of that customer, our only question was, did they want a cash refund or a charge refund?
The philosophy of Mercantile is having a kind of a centralized plan, but a decentralized operation. In other words, it's kind of unique. People have that responsibility and that ownership in their jobs, and they can be decision makers.
I think what impressed me as I began work at McAlpin's was the entrepreneurial spirit in the company. You've got to be innovative. You've got to come up with something new and different. And you've got to always be thinking in terms of how do I do something better.
Years and years ago, Mr. Kingsley and Mr. Jockers determined that people are responsible for results, and not systems, not buildings, but people. Selling is the most important thing we do. That's the guts of it.
We don't really bring people from outside in the management flow. They have to start and work their way up, and so everyone knows that, and it makes a big difference.
I think the profit-sharing plan, promotion from within, those 2 key things are basic.
I've always felt that if you keep doing the best job that you can do and keep your head down and work hard, and those are kind of the ingredients. And of course, the other thing too that's so important in this is that with any of us in the business, and whether it's with the working relationships we have within our within the organization, and the people, our associates that work for us, and the customers. But what we want to do is to be treating our customers just like we want to be treating. In other words, put yourself in their place. Just ask them, what would you like me to do? And normally they'll come out with a solution.
While I was at NYU, I was talking to some of the professors and said, I think I'd like to get in the retail business. And they said, well, then why don't you call on 4 or 5 of the New York stores and see what they have to. So I did that. Then I went down to see Mr. Kingsley and talked to him for a while, and so he did. He hired me as a stock boy. He told me that there was a good future in retailing.